Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned tonight, and I think this show is very, very good, especially when we're at this point of the year. We're at the end of the year, and I think a lot of people have been guilty of this particular thing we're going to talk about tonight. So I really want to have a conversation in regards to it because we don't talk about it as much. Because a lot of times when we deal with people, people forget what they done, and because we have a relationship, we close to it, we kind of push it off or whatever.
Right.
And, we sitting there, when you hit me up late, about 3 o'clock today?
Yeah.
And I hadn't even thought what the hell I was writing a show. I said, what the spirit moved me?
What's the spirit?
What the spirit moved me to do a show about. So tonight we're going to talk about, burning bridges.
Okay.
And I want to, just have that discussion tonight in regards to that. So, before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
Well, December 23rd. Bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You better get
all the money has been spent.
Yeah. The women don't want to hear all
but
that.
Them W-2s come soon. As you know, as a certified tax preparer and public accountant, CPA, you know what's happening.
Hey, man. Time to get ready to get everybody can get ready to cut the food.
Time for we had a show here called I forget what the name of that show was, but he used to always say, time for them charges and challenges to show up.
Shit, boy, for it like damn tax season, another damn criminal.
I know.
Where the money reside?
Where the money reside? By here, pay here lot's gonna be empty.
Yeah, boy. Shit, boy. Yeah, they don't recover all that PPP money and everything gone. So they come, but I don't know though, Lab, because hell, everybody damn overstay their damn income to get them damn PPP loans. They probably don't get them damn refunds for a while.
Right.
And then another thing is, we're gonna talk about that next week on Mr. Short Dollar. I told everybody, I made these videos about those advanced child tax credits. A lot of people been getting those payments for. It's gonna be a surprise for your ass.
This year.
All them kids you were getting that pre-funded for them kids and them checks.
Right.
It's gonna be gone.
They didn't watch your video. They didn't watch it. You actually did 20 minutes of a show about that. We talked about that.
Hey man.
They gonna learn to listen to you.
One day.
They gonna be like, you get $3,000 back, but you owe $5.
Gonna adjust it. Gonna adjust it real quick, man. Gonna be adjusted real quick. But man, tonight's show, man, I really thought a lot about it. I said, what's up, Slick 316?
No, you didn't say.
Oh, my fault, Rico. Hey, what's happening, Slick 316, mother, awesome producer.
Right.
And man, it's gonna be an awesome show and everything. What's up now? What's up? What's happening? I appreciate everybody tuning in. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the different platforms. What's going on, Mia? What's happening? Everybody.
Angela Burt said, "What's happening? How you doing?"
What's going on, Angela? See my girl Mia on here. See everybody tuning in and stuff like that. Appreciate
Slick tuning in on Instagram. Hey, Tammy West tuning in on Instagram.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? This show in particular. Again, I want to talk about it, cause we all been in them different situations where we probably been approached by people, and you say to yourself, why in the world they come to me?
Right.
And you be like trying to wear in the totem pole, there's other people they can talk to, but for some way, somehow, they come to you. And because most of the time they done did what? Burn some bridges.
Okay.
But I'm gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy it. We have a good show tonight. Everybody being interactive, tuning in. And so if you got any comments or anything like that, just be interactive. If you have anything that's outside the show, wait till the end of the show. We'll open the floor, the floodgates up. If it's outside of what tonight's topic, we're talking about tonight's topic. Feel free to interact with everything. But if it's outside tonight's topic, I always open the doors and everything up at the end of the show. At the beginning of the show, I always rehash from previous week. Guys, remember we are in a pandemic and everything. We got a whole new, lady going around, affecting folks. Her name is Omicron.
Whole new lady.
Omicron.
Oh, yeah. Where they come up with these names?
I don't know, man.
Do they be rolling dice going?
Yeah, can't go to the store get that cream to fix Omicron. No, that cream ain't gonna stop Omicron.
Right.
No. You can't get
all these shots, and guess what?
Yeah.
Omicron is immune to
Can't
the
get that 3-pack at the gas station for Omicron. No. She gonna really bite you.
They be
Not with Omicron.
Right. Allegedly, let's say that because they shut you down for COVID. You say the wrong thing about COVID.
We ain't said that. We said Omicron. Nah, you gotta get a shot in the butt with Omicron.
That's right.
Let me see. But listen, I want everybody to be out there, be safe. Wash your like we say, do all the things you learned in pre-K. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you sneeze, keep your social distance and everything. But most importantly, guys, be safe. Especially entering, we're a couple days out from Christmas. Okay, guys. Also want to remind everybody, the course is out. How to start your own tax business and stuff. Took me 2 years in the making to make it. The links for to purchase the course is in the description section of the video. If you can't find it, you can always Google Mr. Short Dollar. All the videos we have in the description section has the link to the course. It's my basic blueprint on how to run a tax business. I don't teach you how to fill out certain forms or anything like that, but I give you the whole blueprint on how to start a tax business. I have, you guys know I'm 20 years in the game with my company, Majestic Business Services. I give you the instructions on how to run a tax business from a virtual standpoint, from a brick and mortar standpoint, advertising, marketing year round. All that stuff is down there. All the different forms you need to get you started with your business. All the different systems you have to even run your business. That's in the how to start your own tax business, the Short Dollar Way tax course. Okay, so be looking for that link in the description section of the videos. Also, guys, man, I want to tell everybody again because I'm gonna have a show next week. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you guys again, we had 20,009 subscribers on Mr. Short Dollar. We want to hit, for the year end, hit 21,000.
Right.
So please be active with that. But I do want to tell everybody, I really appreciate you guys and I love you guys for all the love and support we've had Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. I think we had 18,000 on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
All the platforms all together, man, we might be right at
100,000.
Yeah. With everything, with all the YouTube channel linked in it, Facebook and everything. So I just want to tell you guys, I really appreciate you guys and love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Same thing with Change Your Lives. I think we had 3,100. We want to get
31, let's get it right, 3,180.
3,180. So we get it 3,200 for the end of the year.
That's right.
I would love to appreciate it. Tonight I'm streaming on both platforms, Mr. Short Dollar and Change Your Lives.
That's right.
And but I have my 2 YouTube channels, Change Your Lives, where we talk about personal development, professional development, family, parenting, all that great stuff. And then with Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. But since this is kind of close topic, I'm streaming on both platforms tonight. But starting at the beginning of the year, I'm pivoting, changing lives in a whole different direction. I think you guys are gonna be pretty excited about that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a lot of great topics on there, a lot of personal stuff we're gonna be doing and everything. I think it's gonna help a whole lot more people than what we've helped in the past. So I'm super excited about that.
That's right.
But again, we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube on the different platforms again. So guys, any questions, any comments, please feel free to tune in and stuff. And tonight we're talking about the impact of burning bridges. The impact of burning bridges. What you think about that, Larry? We start thinking about the impact of burning bridges.
Well, I think some bridges need to be burned, but we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it.
We're going to talk about that.
You got to burn some bridges.
I'm going to share a little story with you guys. I remember when I left corporate America, and one of my best friends, Jay, he's assistant HR director for one of the main counties in Metro Atlanta. And I always, when I have HR questions or any kind of thing like that, my whole journey in corporate America, I would always call Jay. Hey, Jay, is this right? And Jay that's my dog. He's straight from the west side too, but Jay is by the book.
Okay.
He always just give me the whole, Poochie don't do this, Poochie don't do this, this is the way to do it.
Right.
And I remember when I called Jay when I was leaving corporate America and just wanted to kind of get the whole spiel. And I remember when I called him, I said, hey, man, I'm about to leave these folks. I'm tired of these damn folks mistreating me. I'm finna get the hell on. I got enough money back. I'm finna leave my job. And I remember what Jay said. He said, Poochie, don't leave that way. Because I was just going to leave the email, and I leave the, I left them all the manuals that I drafted, that I created. I left them all their password, left them all their keys and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
His thing was give a 2-week notice. And you guys, you can check on Mr. Short and Change Your Lives. I have the video. Should you give your job 2-week notice? I give my personal spiel. But like I was like, F that, because what we know is Georgia is what, right to work state.
Right.
Right to work means that they can fire you they can fire you at any time. So just like they can do that, you can leave at the same time too. So it's customary to give somebody 2-week notice and all that kind of stuff. But shit, I wasn't gonna give no damn 2-week notice so you mistreat me.
Right. For
and
2
whatever,
weeks.
yeah, whatever.
Have you in the mail room sorting mail for 2 weeks?
They ain't gonna mistreat me for 2 weeks. They're gonna mistreat me for probably 3.5 weeks and do 3.5 days.
Right.
And then give me a hammer. So
okay.
I'm like, I'm gonna get the hell on.
They don't want to get you. They don't want you to get that full check now.
Exactly.
Right.
So Jay said, "Nah, Poochie, you need to, put your 2-week notice in, do it the right way." And what he said next, what always stuck with me, because you always want to make sure. Now keep in mind, I'm finna take that leap of faith,
right,
to be self-employed and work for myself.
Right.
He said, "Poochie, you always want to make sure you leave it right, just in case you got to come back." And I said, "F that."
I'm not coming back.
Coming back. I ain't coming back. I said, matter of fact.
That helped you make it.
Yeah. That told me I'm finna leave this place so damn effed up.
So I can't come back.
I can't come back. I want
right.
to leave this shit so bad.
You thinking like me.
They'll never want my ass back. Matter of fact, they gonna call their buddies at all the other companies. Do not. See why I go my old Jesse James picture.
Right.
Want it. Shit. Don't hire Hitler black. When he said that just said, "Come back." Man, I'm cussing Jay out like he did something to me. I ain't coming down back. I'm finna work for myself.
Right.
And so I ensured that where I left that I couldn't come back.
Right.
I remember that vividly, man. I left stuff just left hanging and swinging, baby.
Knocking lamps over. Tell them the company secrets, everything.
Man, ain't studying that shit. Okay, I'm gonna leave, because I wanted to put myself in a position where, I didn't have no parachute.
Right.
Shit, I'm just, sink or swim, baby.
Right.
Sink or swim. That's just how it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I put myself in that position, but it always stuck with me.
Come back.
Because, Jay said that, Jay, I love him to death, but he was just being real with me.
Right.
But I said, no, that's not what I want.
Right.
But I ensured that, hey, look, it couldn't. And the thing of it is, too, I think I did put myself in a position where, you know how it is. Plus, it's a white company.
Right.
So they're all going to be sending their all messages.
Right.
Hey, if Deonte calls you, don't do this. And
right.
Deonte do this.
Yeah, don't talk to him.
They send their little LinkedIn messages to everybody.
Right, right.
But I wouldn't. I would go out there going to myself. People, when you do that, unfortunately, when you go down that road of entrepreneurship, you got a lot of people excited for you. You got a lot of people waiting for you to damn fail.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides of it and everything. But, unfortunately, everybody, I'm not a failure. So we went, I left and everything, and I did that and stuff, but that was just one of them first experiences where, you be thinking about, like, okay, like, not first experience, but a major one with me, where I know personally, like, shit, I'm finna ruin these damn relationships.
I'm trying to think, did I ruin any relationships when I left jobs? Let me think. I was in college, I worked all the time, the whole time I was in college, because, I had children. I think the only place I left bad, and just because I was in college, so I was still going to college to do it, I think I left TGI Fridays on a bad note.
Really?
Man, I took all these, because the manager he was just at me.
Don't incriminate yourself. Like,
no, I didn't incriminate. I mean, all I did was took all their salad food, all the fries, everything, dumped everything on the floor, threw French fries in the fries, dumped them down and walked out. But no, it's just.
Well, you trying to get locked up?
No, I wasn't. You can't get locked up because all I said was I tripped and knocked everything because they had a table. The table was teeter, so you could just pull it over. Yeah. And you're in a slippery kitchen anyway. Yeah. So no, there's no.
Well, a lot of times people, it's customary, hey, I'm gonna get a 2-week notice.
Right.
And typically, I think you're kind of a little cool with doing that if the people that you're leaving, you're cool with.
Right.
And you don't want to, leave them in a bad spot.
But the thing is, you think you cool with them till you tell them you finna leave. Their whole demeanor changes to me. Think about it.
Well, I was, again, I was in corporate America over 15 years, and hell, I was right at the top. So I had a CFO right above me, and it wasn't really like I had so many people that I was a subordinate of or whatever.
Right.
Where I had to like, okay, I can leave somebody hanging. Like I ain't give a damn how the hell Larry felt.
Right.
About it and everything. He a little prissy, but I know
right.
he just
right.
his little twisting ass. I know he just
right.
had him a little fit when I I left. But nah, man, I really didn't care. But it was more of a motivational to me. And when we started thinking about just the whole term of burning bridge, what does burning bridge mean? And what I did my research, burning bridges is pretty much a idiom from military terms in regards to soldiers will actually go on missions and they will burn the bridges because that ensured that they couldn't retreat. Mm-hmm. That ensured they couldn't escape.
Okay.
So you forcing yourself to be victorious or damn die
right.
or get captured.
Sink or
but
swim.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. So that was one of the things they did when they moving on forward.
Okay.
They burned the bridges.
Okay.
So there was no
retreating
in there and everything. I don't know if I need that kind of motivation. Because I go over that damn hill. I know this soldier. I go over that hill. It's 5 of us and 20 of them. Shit.
It's a retreat
Hey,
going
we count our guns. Shit. We going back over that hill.
We don't have enough guns.
Hey, no. Shit. That was, that back in them days, they actually did have white flags and all that
right,
stuff.
Right.
No. They ain't seen no Saudis. Shit. You see all them guns, rocket launchers? Hell no. Go back over there.
Where you going, Sarge?
Down the bridge. We're going to swim across back.
I got the ropes, don't you? Right.
No. They don't do that in the days army. But that's where the term came from in regards to, just forcing yourself. And I think that was pretty admirable, if it was true or not. But that was just like, moving forward, just your only option. Mm-hmm. And you force yourself to do that. And, of course, you shouldn't leave every job on bad terms, with your former employer, because you never know. Because, again, every situation doesn't necessarily be a negative. I'm just saying that in regards to myself, but I definitely don't want to make it seem like anytime that you leave situations is going to be a bad time, But and that's why I want to have a discussion in regards tonight. And this doesn't apply from an employment standpoint, but more so relationships, be it professional, be it personal, or whatever.
I was just about to ask you that. We're going to apply this to personal relationships.
Yeah, we're talking about it all.
Okay.
Because far too often we look at things that we want to leave things a certain way, mm-hmm. and even if things will be usually to a benefit of us, mm-hmm. be it advancement, be it sanity, be it revenge, mm-hmm. or whatever it is, and a lot of times we don't necessarily look at what the consequences.
Okay.
And I think with maturity, a lot of times you kind of understand looking at a bigger picture, mm-hmm. And everything. You look at a lot of gangster movies,
right?
You look at shows, even like newer shows, like you see Snowfall or Power. Mm-hmm. The leaders that those guys are thinkers. Right. They gangsters, but they thinkers. Even like the Godfather level, like they understand.
Certain things gotta happen.
This guy did me wrong, but if I retaliate this way or whatever, even the way they handle certain things like relationships, even God, that's my enemy, or we doing kind of different way we moving in business. But we don't stop certain things because I might gotta do business with them later. Right. And I learned that, to be totally honest with you, in corporate America. Okay. Because I seen too many times where I knew people didn't like each other, but the deal was the deal. Mm-hmm. And you never missed out on a deal. And that was one thing I never, just with black people, a lot of times I don't like you, I ain't dealing with you. Right. That's one thing to say I don't trust you. Mm-hmm. Trust is different than issue. But me liking you, and we say me liking you is causing, or you not liking me, however you want to look at it, is causing us to miss out on this money. Right. We ain't got to like, because my dislike for you is not greater than my love of money. Right. So I put that shit to the side. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I know at the end of the day, you're going to do the business right, I'm going to do the business right, and we're going to make this money. Right. But a lot of times black folk don't think like that.
Hell with that money. I don't like you.
No. But like I said, we talking to everybody doing business now. I ain't say the guy trying to hit you over the head. Right. You just don't like him personally. Okay. You just don't like her or him personally. But at the end of the day, the business is business. It ain't that personal.
Is there anything that trumps that money making though when you don't like a person? Like, is there anything that you could say yourself, I ain't doing business with that money? Like, if they do business wrong.
Well, they do business wrong, you're going to do business with them.
Okay.
If it's personal integrity, they doing something illegal, that's different.
Okay.
We talking about everything legit.
Okay.
You just don't like them.
Okay.
You just don't like them. Everything legit.
Okay.
Ain't no, you're not compromising your integrity. You're not trying to break no laws or anything like that. You're not putting anything in anybody, right? We're talking about you just don't damn like them.
Okay.
And that's one thing I learned, man. Just dealing with those, man. Again, I'm in corporate America, dealing in finance, and a lot of us. And so I'm sitting here like seeing deals and things get made where people I know didn't like each other.
Right.
But the deal was never lost.
Okay.
Because of that.
Okay.
And it was always a situation where, you see guys, man, I got to call that mother or this, that, and that. But you knew that person had access to this person.
To what you need.
We got these different gatekeepers. What I mean by gatekeepers are people that can have certain access to certain people, certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
But they have contacts with that gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to get this contract with this place, but you don't really know nobody over there.
Right.
But you know this guy that you can't stand, you can't deal with, or don't like it. He know him.
Right.
Man, look, dog call, hey man, well look, you got to send me that scotch, you got some tickets or whatever, this, that, and they be like, man, this, but you got to do it because the bigger picture is what made the deal happen.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I learned about it. Again, because I don't really, I have no problem. I think people, me being former military, I don't cookie coat, cookie coat, candy coat, anything. Like I don't sugar coat. Thank you, Lab. But and I don't play like that. Like I tell you, whatever. But at the end of the day, we doing business.
Yeah, and I learned a lot of that from, I used to manage shopping centers, and at one company I was like third in line. You had the president, you had CEO, then I was like this, and we used to always walk these properties. And one time we was walking the property that he was about to build a new shopping center on, and he had a arch rival. I mean, this guy was like, I don't think he would pee on him if he was on fire, but he was talking to him, making a deal. He's like, if I do this half of the shopping center, he gonna finance that half. I need him to, you know what I'm saying, take care of that half, and I'm gonna take care of this half. So he was making a deal with him, but as soon as they shook hands, signed a contract, ate lunch, $300-400 lunch we ate, got in the truck, he's like, man, I can't stand that. But the deal was made.
The money made.
The money was made.
And you're not compromising your integrity.
Right.
Like if they're a thief or they do stuff to people, stuff like that. No, that's something different. But if okay, you don't like their attitude, I get it all the time. A lot of people don't like dealing with me.
Right.
Well, we say, I heard he arrogant, he do this, he do that, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Do you want to do it or not?
Right.
Don't get the hell on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You move too damn slow.
Right.
You can't read. I got all kind of problems I can see with another person.
Right.
But if they good with something, let go make it happen.
Right.
And if you don't want to do it, shit, it's cool. It's cool. And I ain't never had a problem with doing that, putting stuff to the side and everything. Guy might have took your girlfriend in high school. And you like, man. Y'all get around, hey boy, I talked to you good. Can you let it go?
Can't let it go.
Can you let it go? Yeah, boy, I used to do all kind of stuff. I remember you used to go crazy about them.
He trying to push your buttons then.
I done had that happen to me before. Like,
he trying to push your buttons then. He trying to blow the deal out there. Or see if your skin thick enough to make the deal regardless.
Been there, done that. Yeah. But it happened, man. And like I said, you're gonna if you have those things happen, you gotta be prepared to do that. Hey, again, I want to tell everybody, I appreciate everybody tuning in. What's up, Dent? What's going on, brother? We stream live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Tonight show we're talking about, and YouTube, the impact of burning bridges. And again, we just talk about, defining what burning bridges are. Because see, a lot of times people don't look at it in terms when they go on a certain path, can they come back? And we want to have a discussion in regards to the impact of doing it, quote unquote, just say the wrong way or the right way, or what's perceived, what's perceived as wrong, or perceived as what's the right way.
Right.
Because you ain't got, like I told you, when I remember what was told to me, look, this right work state. You ain't got to get no damn 2-week notice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's a consequence with it. You sit here like, okay, can't come back. But I told you, when my boy said that to me, that's all I had to hear.
That was just burnt up fuel to the fire. Right?
He was serious, like, man, you need to really think about this, Poochie.
I'm That's letting me know I need to burn this bridge.
I love Jay to death. I said, man, I'm cussing his ass out like he done did something to me. Man, just telling me the right way to do stuff.
Right. You call him to ask him.
Yeah, I call ask him. I ain't going back.
That's the main point we missing here. You called him.
My bad, Josh. But I was sitting there like, man, no, but I, you know, as I feel like me, always been a smart businessman. I always do what I practice, what I preach. I seek counsel. You know, if it ain't something, if I know this guy's in legal, this guy's in HR, this person deals with finance, I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm not gonna be. That's just how I roll anyway. You know, and you know, I use my resources. So I had reached out to him, but that was some funny stuff. But then we talk about it. How many of us have done that? You know, if anybody will leave in the comments, say I did it. Anybody? How many of us have, you know, say, okay, I done burned some bridges. You know, be honest. Be honest. You can't go to your cousin. You can't go to your mom. You know what I see sometimes? I see people asking for things on social media. Nobody take this the wrong way.
Right.
And I know you from a big ass family.
Right.
Hey, you ain't ask your cousin. I see your brother riding in his Benz.
Right.
Your sister, you know, in Cancun with all her children.
Right.
Why you ain't got no, come on now?
Right.
What's going on now?
Why you asking? Because the bridge been burnt.
Yeah, bridge been burnt, or whatever it is. And you just wonder. It may not be. I mean, they might don't share. I don't know. But you wonder sometimes. Because because think about it like this, is what I'm saying. Have you ever been approached by somebody? You're like, why the hell you asking me? Ain't such your brother? Ain't that your, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't you hang with such and such that got this, that, and that? And you try to wonder out, like, why are you talking to me? Like, I know you have access to somebody quicker that know you better than I do.
Right.
Than I do.
And
why are you asking me?
You just asked John questions because they know them better. They know their ass ain't going to do right.
Now, look, I don't want to. Now, I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to put this out there. I know a lot of people have reached out to me over the years. Pooch, can I have this? Pooch, can I have this, that, and that? You know, if you know I got it. And I don't mean no harm by that.
Right.
But again, I'm being straight up, like, in regards to, like, sometimes, now, if you know me, that's different. You know me. But I get approached by folks I know damn well you know me, but you don't know me.
Right.
Hey, you ask me for money for.
Right.
So I always figure if a cat has,
ain't tricking if you got it.
My boy, shit. I mean, we talking about fellas too. He might not sell a female, but my partner be like, he have a different way of looking. I guess I look at it in terms of shit. If cat asks me for money and I don't even hang with him, he really need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My boy be like, nah, man, why the hell ain't that such and such?
Right. I'm with your boy.
I'm kind of conflicted.
I'm with your boy.
I'm kind of conflicted. But you wonder, okay, why, again, you have access to these particular people. Why wasn't it reached out to them? Or it might have been. Or it might have been so many times. I got a family member that came to me a couple weeks ago, and he was just really stuck on, man, you know, when you're down, close family member. And I don't give a damn about it, 'cause I'm tired of this, you know, like, he was reaching out just like, hey man, when you down, man, you know who really there for you. I'm like, nah, dog. When you up, you don't deal with nobody.
Right.
You don't deal with nobody. You move that way. Then when you down, you find everybody's number. So like, no.
Right.
You know, you don't move like that. You know, when you up, you know, just dealing with people. And a lot of folk like that. And then when they down, it's everybody else's obligation, I guess, to help them get
back
help.
Up.
Yeah.
Right.
And that ain't how shit work.
Nah.
And it's the same thing in business. If you have not nurtured relationships when you're in a particular way, you can't expect things to get, you know, people to receive you a certain way. If you ain't really did right, stand by, you know, we talking about integrity. You know, you done sat there and you done did deals with people. You didn't show up all the way. You ain't pay folks. You didn't deliver what you said you were going to deliver. You didn't get to the standard that you promised you were going to give.
Right.
And then time it come back around, you know, you can't have no damn amnesia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Real talk, real talk.
I think for me, I'll burn a bridge. I don't know. I'll burn. I don't give a damn about burning no bridges. But for me, you know, I have sisters, and nobody really knows this. But my sisters burned bridges with me a long time ago. But that being said, it's always a story a few years down the line. man, I'm really struggling. I just need somebody to help me get on my feet. But I ain't talked to you in years. And the last time I talked to you and I helped you out, I still ain't seen that money. Oh, I ain't heard no thank you. I ain't heard no I'm sorry. I ain't heard nothing. And I can't call you when I'm down. That's the biggest problem I have. If you're struggling and I'm helping you, and then I'm struggling and I can't even say to myself, well, let me call because I know you're not gonna be able to do it. That bothers me.
When you say you saying that they don't have the capacity to help you or their interest?
I'm gonna say
or both.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say both. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to call you because I'm down and needing some assistance, and you tell me, okay, you're gonna help me, but you know you don't have the capacity to do so. But you tell me I'm gonna help you out, give me a day or two, and then a day or two come, you stop answering the phone. But you already knew this. Just say I can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't have it.
That person promised you that ride.
Right.
You can't. They ain't answer the phone.
They ain't answer the phone now when it's time to ride on.
Yeah. What do you think about in terms of when a person, when you can help somebody, and you help them, and you like, okay, cool, I'll work with you doing it back. But then when you might get some help from them, they want their money back ASAP.
Yeah.
And will blow your damn phone out by that $5.
Yeah. You know, people real funny about money though. You know, I try to keep. I go negative in my account before I ask somebody for money. Anybody, because people real funny about money. They be nice about everything else, but when it come to money, they asses get real funny. I mean, I personally try not to ask anybody for money. If I'm struggling, if I see myself about to struggle or having a hard time, I'll go get another job. I'll do whatever. The last resort for me is asking somebody for money.
I'm about the same way.
You get what I'm saying? Because I just don't, or help in any capacity for that matter. I just don't feel like a lot of people are genuine with that. So I just don't. I try to avoid it as best as I could. Be dog sick on my last breath. I'm not gonna ask anybody to help me feel better. I'm gonna try to do it as best I can. If I can't do it, and I have to ask, you gotta know I'm on my last breath.
I think you know them circle. I mean, speaking for myself, I know the circle of people. If I need help, that I can reach out to, and I don't get no kind of non-judgmental stuff. But I think the people know me. They can reach out to me if they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I trust. I know the person gonna pay me back. I know if I genuinely need, it's 4 or 5 in the morning, bro, I done got locked up, I need you to come get me.
Right.
Hey, man, look, I'm behind my mortgage, I'm going to pay you back. Because one thing about me, and this time we go back to that burning bridges, people ask for your help knowing that they can't repay you.
Right.
And that's what I think killed a lot of relationships. When you borrow that money knowing you can't pay them back. And when a person like, look, man, I'm going to pay you this money, but I need it back because my bill due next week. And you take that money knowing you can't do it.
Right.
And those kind of things happen, and you can't really repair that. Because a lot of times it's not necessarily even about the money. You put a person in a bind behind the money, but it's the whole point of they can't trust you no more.
Right.
And trust is very, very powerful when we become adults. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good feeling when you know you can trust a person.
Right.
When you know, okay, look, man, I can leave my money by that person. If I get this person, they can pay my money back. It's a good feeling, and that's a bond you have with that person.
Right.
Now, if you know they can't pay you back because of capacity, if a guy like, you know, I done told a friend of mine before, you know, you ask, well, hey, man, what can I borrow? Look, brother, you want to borrow a habit?
Right.
Shit, because if I give it to you, I'm going to expect it back.
I'm going to respect it.
Now, I know your ass ain't working, so I don't want you to ask to borrow it, and you know you can't, you know what I'm saying?
That word borrow, that word, see, the psychological part, you know, me in college, the psychological part that tells them that word borrow feels better.
Yeah.
It always feels better to say, let me borrow, because in your mind, I mean, I think all people, and I'm just going to, you know, I don't trust anybody, but, you know, I think all people have, they want to pay it back, but the means are different.
Shit, I don't know.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, that's why people say, can I borrow? Because borrow makes them feel better. You may be thinking in your mind, you can't afford to pay me back, but they thinking in their mind, I'm going to borrow because I'm going to pay them back. They have intentions as they act, as the words borrow flows from their tongues ever so smoothly. They have intentions to pay you back. But once the money comes to their hand and you can give it to them and it's in their pocket, they know they don't have the capacity to do so.
Or make them feel like they ain't big.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Make them feel like they ain't big for it and everything. And that's the thing about it. Like you deal with it, like, look, man, just be straight up with it.
Right.
And it's real. You get real funny about that, cause, hey, man, you hate to lose or hurt relationships because of that. And,
Yeah.
and again, I got a lot of family members and friends that have done that. And I think one big thing with my reputation that I've built over the years, people know I'm a stand-up guy.
Right.
If you give me money or whatever, and I stand behind what I say. If I say something,
I'll just send the key at doors and say, hey.
what's up, Bucket B? My boy, Big Bucket. I was just talking to my man Ronnie B about Bucket, man. What's happening, Bucket? Ronnie was just talking about you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. But just having those kind of, those understandings. Because, as we get older, things happen. Life funny. Life sends you all kind of different paths. And if you are a mature adult, you understand that. People going to have to go through things.
Right.
And I've been pretty fortunate. I've been successful in life, but I've never been that out of touch to realize if I got it, everybody else should have it.
Right.
Pooch move different.
Right.
Pooch move different. And I don't take that for granted. I know how I move. I know how I work.
Right.
And I think that will make me me.
Right.
And I think that's why I got some things I got, because I do that. But I don't think everybody should. That's in everybody do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you another example where people burn bridges. They don't realize it when they only call you when they want something. That bridge is being burnt slowly. They don't realize how slow it's being burnt, because every time they call you, you help them, but then it becomes a point, at middle point of burning, that you like, man, he don't call me to see how I'm doing. They don't call me and say, hey, what's up? They don't call me, you know what I'm saying? They'll call me to see how I'm doing. They always call me about something else. And you just get tired of that. So you like, you know what, I ain't gonna even answer the phone now because I know what you called me for. Man. And that bridge is a slow burn, I'm telling you. You think about that.
Lad, that's a great point. And as a father of 4 sons, especially my 27 and 19-year-old, they'll tell you, I always get to them, bro, just text your folks every now and then. I mean, if you put on your Google reminder, whatever, y'all, I got a lot of stuff, so everybody laugh at me how we leverage the technology. Man, it take 3 seconds to text somebody.
Right.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? You might have your brother's group, and just, hey, man, just checking on y'all. You do that once a month, every 2 months. Put on your Google Remind, text your brother's group. Do that and that stuff. You keeping relationships going. And Poochie just said, what's up? I ain't talked to Poochie, God knows when, but Poochie text me every 2 or 3 months, just say, what's up, man, checking on you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to talk now. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Right.
And to that point, that what you just said, that stops so much stuff in regards from a negative standpoint. I ain't heard from it, but then when you turn around, you need something, you don't know.
Right.
Like I said, we don't know what course life can throw at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't know. When you can sit here and be here and overnight be there.
Right.
And if you haven't been solid when you were here, when you get here, you're going to have the residual of that.
Right.
You ain't supposed to, them folks, you ain't dealt with them.
Right.
But all of a sudden, now you want to, no, that ain't how this shit go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you cannot get upset when people feel some type of way.
Right.
And in your mind, man, look, I didn't mean no harm. And you are not obligated to speak to folks. You're not.
True.
But you got to understand, by you not dealing with folks, again, you ain't got to sit here and keep going to fishing and clubbing. Everybody knows as we mature and grow, we all going to have different pathways in life. But you still, like I say again, text, whatever. And you ain't doing nothing with what? Maintaining relationships.
Right.
And I think that is a very, very important thing for everybody to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. Because, I mean, your partner that you grew up with, I can't look at him. I mean, fun, man. Shout out my cousin Tavares, man. I'm so proud of me. Finished electrical school. We had a little cookout. Wife Christine had a cookout for him. Sad, man. I'm so proud of her. We was out there talking, man. Me and my cousin Champ, my cousin Nick, we just talking about a lot of time people. You as you grow, everybody go on different paths. And it's just like when I would come home from the army, I ain't gonna say my buddy went to Grove Park with me want to rob me, but you sit there and look at it. You come out there, you got your new car, you knew this, that, and that, and they ain't doing this, that, and you genuine.
Right.
Man, glad to see you, this, that, and that. But they see out there, they out there on the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got no money to sell no dope. They can't do this, that. Their life been stagnant. They mind go all kind of ways. They can be looking to rob you, set you up, whatever. And a lot of times you can't look at folks. You're not looking down, but you can't be naive to understand that everybody's gonna be nice to you.
Right.
And you have to always kind of just try to be always kind of looking.
Right.
You know, again, from different standpoints of how you gonna receive folks.
Right. The kid Dorsey said that why you trying hard not to burn the bridge when they the ones giving you the lighter fluid?
Well, again, fucking crazy as hell, man.
Sorry about that loud clap too.
I get that whole point when somebody do that, you know, and they cancel themselves out, you know, with you. I think you know how to move accordingly. Mm-hmm. It's different when they do it and you do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. You ain't got to try to sit here and fight no losing battle. Okay. But on the flip side of it is too, you know when you've been done right, you know when you done wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think there have been times over the years where, damn man, my partner, he did lose his job. Damn, I ain't called a check on him. My partner went through this and I ain't do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? You try to do your best. You know what I'm saying? And I know I have not. I think I'm a good friend to all my friends, but I can honestly say there have been times, you know, it ain't intentional. You be a husband, you be a father, you be working. I would say life happens to you too. Yeah, and you just subconsciously just don't get to it. Mm-hmm. No harm, no foul. But at the end of the day, stuff still happens. And those instances I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the problem I have is when you're fine, you're okay, everything's okay, you working, everything's good, but you don't find a number just to say, hey, how you doing today, bro? You know, you okay, everything okay? But you do find a number to say, hey, I'm hurting a little bit, my light bill due. Can I borrow $100 to pay my light bill? You find a number at that point. We're not talking about what you just your example you gave. We talking about you find a number for everything else. You find a number, call everybody else. You talking to your friend. Hey, you talk to say, oh yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He called me. Man, I ain't talked to him in like 6 months. And that 7th month, he called you. Hey, Pooch, you know, how's it been? Everything all right? I've been meaning to get at you, but been going through a little something. You know, my gas bill. Do you think you loan me about $150 for my gas bill? Give him the $150. 7 months later, you don't hear from him again. But everybody else is hearing from him. Or everybody else is calling. That shit happen me all the time. But I'm just saying, but that you get it though, right? Yeah, and I be kind of conflicted. Shout out to my boy Pate. Pate always be checking me about that. Right. Man, no, man, you know, he want to quit me like, nah. But I always figure, if you don't deal with me, now, if you're a total stranger, one thing. Right. But, you know, we okay. He asked me, I was like, man, Cat asked me something. Cat got to need it. I got a cousin that live in Jacksonville. Just met him on Facebook. Mm-hmm. He hit me up, what's up, cuz, this, that, and that. We trying to say, okay, trying to figure out, you know, what, you know, you a Burden, where you from, this, that, because you got similar relatives. Cuz asked me, and if you look into it tonight, shit, he know. Now, this is my first time talking to Cuz. He said, cuz, you mind shooting me $20 cash out? And keep in mind, I just made Cuz 15 minutes. Right. Okay, Cuz, now this what you going to do for me. Right. Cuz is going to teach me if he gonna be a solid cuz, or we gonna DX your ass right now.
A terrible cuz.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be terrible cuz. I ain't gonna deal with your ass no more. Okay. I sent cuz that money. Cuz they never called me back my money. Cuz helped me out. You know, and everything with that. Sent you that $20 when, you know, asking for it and stuff like that. Hey, you asked for it, cool. I got it here. Here you go. Cash out. Right. First time meeting, got your damn paws out. Send it to you, and you know. He might say, what's up, this, that, and that, but again, that taught me something too. Mm-hmm. Ain't got to deal with him like that no more. Right. We be cool.
Cool, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? We cool, cuz. Right. Cuz, shit, you on flat on the road, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If, you know, AutoZone down there got that fist flat. You know, but I'm just saying.
Right.
They did that for you. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to look at it like, okay, whatever. Now, again, you know, you're not going to overextend yourself to help somebody you don't really know, but on you do know. You know, sometimes you got to just put that out there as a test. To people to do that, and I say, you know, burning bridge ain't necessarily how you. It's all about when you say, is it a good or bad thing? It's all about perspective and regards how you look at it. Okay. Do you want to retreat? Do you want to backpedal? Do you want to go back into a situation again? You may look at it like, okay, like in my case, I use it as motivation to never have to do that.
Right. Keep moving
forward. Keep moving forward. But if you know that's going to be one of them cases, you're like, whatever, because do you got a backup plan just in case the thing you're trying to do ain't working? And do you need to have an option to go back just in case?
Right.
All this stuff got to go in your mind before you get this big S on your damn chest and try to make decisions.
Well, do that need to be your option too? You got to, does that need to be your option? Can you have another option to go back to? Like, if you leave this option to start your own thing and your own thing to work out, is that an option that you even want to go back to anyway? Can you have another option?
But all these questions, you know what I'm saying, your plan B or whatever it is, all these questions got to go through your head. I think far too often we get forced because of anger or whatever situations. We don't necessarily go through that process of elimination, have that thought process to figure out, hey man, look, am I trying to do this, go about this a certain path? We usually just make, rash decisions because of emotions. We piss the hell off. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah, well, we're human. We're human. And, if, people can do certain things to you and how you handle that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It can really just throw you for a loop. And you look back like, damn, man. How many folks cuss somebody out of their job, especially their supervisor, when they felt they were done wrong? And then they go back like, try to go back the next day like ain't nothing happened. Like, no, you can't, and it's just because we didn't use this.
Right.
I
ain't never done that to a supervisor, but I have done it to another employee. But they were trying to be the supervisor, so I had to. But anyway, never mind. But yeah, I've done it to an employee. It was on my same level, but I've never done it to anybody that was above me. I don't think.
I got you.
I don't know.
I got you.
I may have, but I don't remember.
Hey, listen, guys. Tonight's show we're talking about the impact of burning bridges. This is Change the Line, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I'm also streaming live on my other Facebook and YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Tonight, again, we're talking about the impact of burning bridges. We are streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. I ain't forgetting that number. We're on about 12 different platforms right now.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so everybody getting a good gospel.
From the book of Push.
Yeah. It ain't that good. I ain't getting no damn ties. I ain't getting no ties.
No tithing.
No. I take the cash app, so I take the Shit. If you want to donate to it,
Right.
2 days to Christmas, we need it.
I think a lot of times I think we apply burning bridges more to corporate or our jobs and business aspects. We don't really apply it to our personal life as much, because I think a lot of times when you argue with somebody or you generally don't like somebody, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to mess with them no way. You're not going to go back to them anyway. And it's in your personal life. When they done you wrong or they done something to you or you feel like they've dogged you out in some kind of way, you're not going to necessarily worry about that bridge being burnt, because you already know you're not going to deal with that person anymore. A lot of us, when in personal life, we already know we're not going to deal with nobody anymore. Now business and professional, it's a little bit different, because you need to make money. With this personal life thing, you ain't necessarily making money with this person you done burnt the bridge with in your personal life. So you're not really worried about the consequences of that bridge being burnt. But in your business and your professional life, you making money, you gotta live. So you're gonna think about burning that bridge a little bit harder or more than you would necessarily think about burning the bridge in your personal life.
Yeah, but even to that point with a personal life, I think you do know the person that you talk to when you burn that bridge. You would hope, even if it's not a monetary thing in regard, just like it is with a job, but just that person might be what we talked about earlier, gatekeeper. They're like, because now you're going back, you done did this person wrong, but you've been working at Ford 30 years, and now you want to put an application in because you ain't got no job, but you forgot all the slick stuff you did with them 5-10 years ago.
Right.
Excuse me, now you ask for this person for a referral.
Right.
To help you get hired on somewhere. Those kind of things, again, and you got to be conscious of that. Now, what I want to do, guys, give you a couple steps on how to not burn bridges.
The kid Dorsey say, what's TikTok?
What's the TikTok? Mr. Short Dollar.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Short Dollar on TikTok, man. One of the hottest channels on TikTok. Mr. Short Dollar.
One of the hottest channels on the top.
Bro, you gotta find it, man. One of the hottest ones. H was we were at about 18,000.
18,000.
Yeah, on Miss Short Dollar on TikTok, man. Check me out, man.
That's right.
But again, I think you got some steps to help you to not burn bridges. And the first one is, number one, have the mentality to leave things the right way. You got to just kind of be thinking, okay, look, I ain't finna just damn go Coco Loco. You know, I got all this. Even though you mad, you're not gonna just do it the wrong way.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this the right way. Okay. Now, how the right way is, that's up, for debate. But you're not gonna go into it with anger being the driving force through your decision making, right?
Okay.
So number one, we want to make sure that we have the mentality to leave it the right way. The second thing, keep communications open and upfront. Keep communications open and upfront. Letting them folks know, hey, this, that, and again, you might not let them know you're leaving a certain way. You might not know when you're going to hire, whatever. But you have some kind of talks with them.
Okay.
That you're going in a certain direction. We talk about how to not burn bridges.
Okay.
Okay, we're keeping the relationship. This is what's going on. And this is a very, very important one. And this is what I think a lot of times hurt a lot of folks. Leave things how you found them or how you received them. Leave things how you found them or how you received them.
Okay.
If you came to that job or that situation a certain way, you want to kind of make sure you leave. Again, of course, made change and things have adjusted over time. But we kind of just want to make sure we leave things in an alright situation. But they ain't got to fix it. And I know when I left my job, I didn't. I think when I left my job in August, I don't think I had done no damn work since April. But I'm talking about they had been some butts to me for like 7-8 months. But I wasn't doing that to be negative.
Right.
I'm plotting.
Okay. Scheme.
Yeah, because I was getting myself together. And again, I'm not trying to tell people the way to do it. I'm just saying with me.
Right.
Because I probably was maybe an email away from getting fired.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, I'm protecting myself. I'm looking busy, but I'm prepping.
Okay.
So again, I've done both. But again, when we talk about doing it quote unquote right way, you want to kind of leave things the way you found it. And with that said, with the next step kind of stemming from that, don't try to cause no chaos. Don't try to leave people in a bad spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just you done left and now, they got to do all kind of stuff to fix stuff because you put a virus on a computer. You changed your password. You didn't leave the keys. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff like that. I'm going to get them back. Try not to do that.
Right.
Try not to do that. And you want to try to make, again, when you exit, you want to try to exit it the right way as possible.
Right.
Okay? And lastly, try to do as much as possible in person. And what I mean by doing it in person, you want to be having conversation while I'm talking to Lab.
Right.
Hey, Lab, this is what's going on. Talk to that person. See, it's one thing we have a communication to, hey, man, let me be straight up with you. This is what's going on. Hey, I'm looking probably want to leave, want to do this. We talking about the right way to do it.
Right.
It's the flip side. You cover your tail electronically. So if I tell you, Lab, I'm going to leave.
Right.
After that conversation, I'm going to shoot you an email.
Okay.
I learned that in corporate America.
Really?
Yeah, you said that to them white folk, man. They'll say something to you. Okay, cool. All right, that's fine. Hey, man, you just say, man, let me just talk. Why you just email me the same damn thing?
Right.
Oh, just don't worry about
right.
it. Just, had to just do it. Just send an email.
A digital footprint.
That's all they were doing. And it was always something to kind of to cover them and protect them. And a lot of times, if you're not kind of cut from that, you're not always thinking. That's one thing I always get on my children. Like, especially, my older son, like, hey, son, talk to him, but make sure, you leave an email. Well, I talk to him. No, son. Because people forget. People will forget on purpose. Knowing damn well they agreed to something and told you to be there.
That's true.
But when you shoot that email to them, or shoot that text where you don't screenshot your text, hey, whatever, we're talking from a professional setting, shoot that email to them, even on a personal standpoint, you shot them a text.
Right.
That's all we're going to remember. See, people do this. People will let you say things to them so they can cover themselves because they say, what? I forgot. I don't remember that. Shit. What is it?
Right.
And that's you? That's your number?
Right.
Did I get that? Now you got it. See the little R?
Right.
It say receive.
Right.
You looked at it. You opened it, right? And you do that to cover yourself. So what you about to say?
Go ahead. I'm gonna throw it in there.
So you want to make sure that you've had that personal interaction where you look as man to man, man to woman, woman to woman, however you want to do it. We talk. I tell you what's going on. But cover your ass electronically. Cover your ass electronically. I can't stress that to you enough. Okay?
And also, when I wanted to throw a little caveat in there, when you are leaving the job, you also got to think about, did somebody that works there get you the job? Did they get you hired? Did they get you a referral? Whatever they did to help you get the job? Because you don't want to leave the job and everybody looking at him like, he didn't let, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knocked over all the desks. He didn't set the office on fire. So, and it only happened because you brought him here. Now, he got a bad mark on him, on that person, or he or she got that bad mark on them now because they referred you for the job. They gave you high marks, and you left the job real bad. You burnt the whole bridge and the trestles and everything.
Awesome point, lad. Awesome point. And even to that point, not even the person even worked there, just could be a person, they gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of points of contacts, and people call me all the time, man, you know somebody do this, you know somebody do that.
Right.
If I know you ain't a thorough person,
mm-hmm.
I ain't finna give you that person.
Right.
Because I'm very funny about my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like that with my children, like son.
Mm-hmm.
I already know you ain't stable with that. I'm not finna put you in there. Because that's gonna affect me. It can affect your brother later on when he need that referral. You're not ready for that. And you're not finna do this and hurt that relationship that I have.
Right.
Because you want to bounce around. Jimmy the Cricket. And that's what friends, family members, everything. Because you can be my friend, you can be my brother, and I love you, but I'm not finna put myself in a situation where you hurt my reputation.
Right.
Because I know how you are.
Okay.
Because how we are from a friendship standpoint and how the hell you are professionally can be two different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can have a best friend from life
mm-hmm.
and never work with them and never understand how they work ethic is.
Right.
You know, sometimes you watch from the sideline like, damn, man, you're a hard worker, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he put in work, but then you never really have certain conversations. You never know.
Right.
You know your partner working. You know they got certain things, but you don't know if they come in every damn day late. You don't know if they got a big old thing rolled up on them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to be very, very protective of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So again, those like some steps that I think you need to just take to make sure you don't burn bridges. Okay. Now you ask yourself, Coach, when is it okay to burn bridges?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask.
And mainly when I sit there and say when you feel it's okay to burn bridges, well, you know you're being disrespected, mistreated, or some way, somehow, some person can hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You know you've been disrespected, mistreated, or a person can hurt you. And you sitting there trying to maintain this relationship because you want to be professional. You need the money.
Mm-hmm.
You need the security. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got this mortgage and stuff like that. And that shit eat your ass in hell.
It do.
It eats you in hell. And you trying to, you know, hey
pacify
man,
a situation.
I can't take it no more.
Right.
I can't take it no more. I remember when I worked at the railroad, I was working at Norfolk Southern.
Ooh.
And I remember I was working, so now you know how this shit is true. I ain't making none of this stuff up.
Ooh.
And I would, this is what, about, 06, 07.
Okay.
Working at a railroad. Make it decent, you know. And the white chick I interviewed, Heather, something like that. Got a white, but she was, man, I don't have a problem with white people, but just, again, you go to corporate America, it's most of who you're working with,
mm-hmm.
or working for,
mm-hmm.
you know, but, and I did the interview. I think I did pretty good,
mm-hmm.
you know, one remark. I said, hey, so I interviewed and everything.
Right.
What's going on? It was like a week or two later. I said, so do I get a job or whatever? She said, why? Because you've been here the longest and you know all the systems and stuff the best. I said, yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. She
She said, well, I don't know, Deonte. She said, because, you know, we look at the other corporately things.
mm-hmm.
I said, shit, I ain't an English major, but what does corporately mean?
Right.
The hell, you know, what does the corporately mean?
Right.
You know, other things, and then, you know, what happens is people don't, you know, especially, you know, white folks in corporate America,
Right.
they don't like you questioning
Question
their response.
right.
Yeah, now what does corporately mean? I ain't
Right.
leave out that damn office till you give
Right.
me a damn definition.
Right.
Other things, you know, things. We look at things. No, what the hell is a damn thing?
What thing am I not doing that you looking at that you need?
Your thing about to make my dang thing trip out of your ass. Tell me that bullshit. And so I couldn't get it. Coincidentally enough, hell, I left that on damn bad. Shit, I left that. I left that bad. That's how I knew that this shit was meant for me. I tried my best.
Now I worked in Norfolk Southern too, but luckily for me, I knew somebody. He was the and this is a burn the bridge example. I worked for a guy. I used to remodel houses on the weekend, help this guy out. We used to manage shopping centers together, but he flipped houses way when flipping houses before it was even popular. He buy a house, remodel it, rebuild it, flip it. But the job we worked at together, he started doing his own thing. I worked with him on the weekends, but the company we worked for was kind of consolidating, buying, So he said, well, they're not gonna give you they're not gonna let you be a. I was a property manager, but I wanted to be. Forget what else it was. After that, they wasn't hiring for that position because they had too many people from other companies within it.
Gotcha.
He said, "Well, go work for Norfolk Southern. I know the guy who's and I forget what they call it. Was it the railroad master or something? He was the guy over everybody.
Rail master.
Rail master. He was his wife's brother.
Okay.
He said, I know him. He'll get you in. I went up there. The guy's name was Mike. The guy I worked for name was Steve. Met with Mike for 2 minutes. He said, oh, you got the job. Don't worry about it. Steve said you was good. You good. And I didn't even start at the low position. I was up there bringing trains in on the tracks.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we're going to put you up here. You're going to, bring the trains in on the track and everything. But that's a good example of not, since I showed up every weekend. We worked Mother's Days, all the holidays, everything. I did everything I needed to do to help him remodel his houses. And I didn't burn the bridge with him.
Put you in contact with a gatekeeper.
Right. He put me in contact with a gatekeeper. The guy was like, oh, you got a degree. We're going to put you up here. You're going to bring trains in, blah, blah, blah. We're going to start you at such and such. That's good. 2-minute meeting. He didn't even look at my resume. But that's the difference of not burning bridges. Them gatekeepers are helping you out doing things. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely, brother. Definitely.
But once he left, it became a terrible job.
I can imagine. But again, we were talking about when is it okay to burn bridges? Again, when somebody mistreats something like that. And the other one, kind of like what I said with myself. When you feel like you don't need to go back. Mm-hmm. Shit. Again, I never ever advocate hurting anybody. Did I leave, even when I left corporate money last time, did I leave people in a situation where they had to kind of scramble to get some things fixed? Yeah, but they had to scramble to get shit fixed because they had to get probably 4 or 5 people to do what I was doing.
Okay.
That's what that was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you and I share this with people, that's why I practice what I preach. If you feel like you a $200 an hour person, if you're a $100,000 person, $150,000 person, your ass will not compromise it.
Right.
You are not going to compromise it.
Right.
You're not. You're not going to compromise it.
Mm-hmm.
If you really feel like I should make this, you will make that. Now, if you feel like you should make that and nobody will offer you that, you're probably not that. So I'm saying to you that. Now,
right.
You got to be realistic of where you at, the location, if the opportunity is there, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
If the opportunity is there, that's one thing. But the opportunity is there and people not willing to offer you that, you're probably not that.
Probably not that person.
But if you know you that person, the opportunity is there, and people are pursuing you for that, that's why I be big, man. Hey, man, keep it. That's one thing my boy Josh taught me.
Right.
Hey, keep that resume updated.
That's
every
right.
quarter. And I know damn well I didn't.
I just updated mine.
But those particular things, you have to sit there and know. If you know that you can command a certain salary, if you know you can command certain things, you can command certain opportunities, don't fudge on it.
That's
because
right.
when people know you do that, they're always gonna lowball you.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
They start at the low anyway.
I ain't the cheap tax man.
Right.
Man, what you do this, what you do. Nah, hell no. No. I get told every year, you too high, you too this, that, and
right.
that. I got you. Like I said, I got them alphabets
I feel you
I got all them alphabets at the end of my name. Shit.
Somebody got to pay for them alphabet.
Shit. Got to pay for them alphabet.
That's what I said. I said, you see all them letters at the end of my name? that cost.
So be in my damn office. It's all these damn degrees on the wall.
Right.
Shit. Ain't that one of them damn things say Sally. I ain't got that hop high shit on my wall.
Right.
No. Yeah, people don't want to do that.
Right.
People see that and everything. And if you know you're that type of person, you don't compromise, you'll do that. But again, when you feel like look, man, I ain't gonna hurt nobody,
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally. But you still don't want to make sure you leave stuff in the, that can negatively way. I never left a situation where somebody I felt were unjustly put into a situation with that. Now again, if it came down to me, with my sanity or whatever, and I gotta leave, and somebody might be stuck with a lot of work after I left, shit, man, look, I can't have no stroke dealing with y'all. But just intentionally, just try to do stuff. I ain't never did. I ain't moved like that. But
right.
But again, when you know that you ain't really worried about, you got to go back and use them again. Nah, let that shit go. Let that go. Let it go all the way. And I really, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Now, again, we're talking about the impact of burning bridges. I got to give you guys, before we wrapping up the show, this damn disclaimer. We start talking about the impact of burning bridges. Remember this disclaimer. And this is what hurt a lot of people. And I really want everybody to pay attention to this. When you looking at this whole moving a certain way, I don't give a damn. Lab, I told Lab I gonna sell it to him for $5, but it was more than that. Just like you go to the mechanic, and they know guy did a roofing job for me.
Okay.
And he knew. I understand once you open it up. I said, hey man, can you look if he's gonna be more than that? And I understood that if he opened it up, he may see other stuff. But it went from a $3,000 to a $7,000 job.
That quick.
But I think he knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm stressing that.
Right.
When you do that, or I tell you this particular job, and I got all this shit pulled out from up under your hood. They were initially $300, and now we got charged $800. Like, sometimes I understand you won't know till you get into it. I get that. But a lot of times people will do certain things and got you to, look, man, you got my car opened up, man. I gotta go to work next week. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go and give you that money.
Right.
Here's a disclaimer. Don't be no damn smart ass trying to do that kind of stuff and you end up hurting yourself. Because that's the thing about a lot of times. People, when we talk about being in business, overcharge and then got somebody on the head. And this will hurt a lot of black businesses. And people don't want to admit to this. As a black business owner, you done knock somebody over the head so hard the first time. And I ain't say you're being fair. I'm talking about you knock them over the head. You see they pulled up in a certain car. You see they got a certain size house. You see they got a certain look. And now you want to overcharge them what you do with other people. And your ass can't never get them back.
Yeah.
You can't never get them back.
Right.
Not only you can't get them back, you're never going to get a referral from them, or you're always going to get folks talking bad about your business. Like I said, I'm not talking about being fair. But I'm talking about you try to do something so hard that first time. I ain't even say give them you should give them a discount. But you done went excessive. And they come back and bite you in the ass. Remember, the ton of BCS you might have done over the years that you think you done forgot about. But folks really do remember. And that's all they remember you by. That's all they remember you by. So I really want people to understand, be right about stuff. Be right about stuff and understand the ramification with that. I always look back at myself. Well, when I left, the flip side of I left, right? I left corporate America. I got my last check. They done went through. One thing I did, I did all the little stuff Jay told me to do. I did a screenshot of my PTO and all that kind of stuff, right? I got the screenshot. The HR at my job, her crooked ass, she sent me a spreadsheet of my PTO. And I'm like, what the hell is this? She said, this is your PTO time. I said, look, I got a digital screenshot. This is a damn spreadsheet that you just drawn up in Excel. What the hell happened? They done changed all my PTO and shorted my check.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now, question is, Poochie, you done left these folks. You can go back and forth cussing and raising hell. You done left these folks to start your business. Focus on you going forward.
That's it.
That's just some stuff I had to deal with. And I feel like when you got to understand, when you spend less time, and you done made that decision, focus on what you got to do moving forward, that stuff that might have been wrong with you ain't going to hinder you or slow you down. But just, the moral of the story I really want everybody to understand is that it's very, very important to maintain a relationship and do right by people.
That's right.
You're not always going to be put in a situation where you can do it, where you're not going to negatively impact some folks. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to choose the lesser of two evils.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not that you want to hurt somebody, but I got to leave this situation. And I know my mans might be hanging, but this is a one-time opportunity. I'm not going to miss this job opportunity because I know Lab going to be stuck with a lot of work.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving nothing intentionally. But you know, if your heart in the right place, that's all you can do. You say, hey, brother, look, this is what it is. You might like it, you might not. You might or might not like it. You might understand it, you might not. I can't control that. But like I said, I went straight up to you and hollered at you and told you. But we got to make sure, we got to understand that when we make certain decisions, like I said again, in life, you done moved on. You don't know how that made a person feel. People can forget a lot of stuff about, you know, what you talk. Like Maya Angelou said, I want to book it up. People forget what you said or people what you did, but they never forget about how you make them feel.
That's true.
I know I'm boogering it up, but I know in essence, people remember that, and they feel like, okay, that person is slimy or whatever. They retain that feeling about you, no matter how much you've matured or evolved over years. And that was the old Poochie or the old Lab or whatever. But people still always gonna remember that by you, and everybody not gonna give you a second chance or on certain things. So you gotta be kind of conscious of that. You gotta be conscious of that. So we start talking about burning bridges. Look, man, you don't want to be in those situations you damn asking complete strangers and all kind of stuff because of stuff you've done wrong to other people. Okay? Listen, I've had a blast tonight. This is the last show for 2021 for Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We ended this show with we had 3,100 subscribers. My goal for 2022 is hit 5,000.
Okay.
And I believe I am going to do it. And I'm totally confident in myself, totally confident in my Misfit Media family.
That's right.
We're going to knock out 2022. But I want to tell you guys, I love and appreciate all you guys and stuff like that. Now, next week, we got one more show with Mr. Short Dollar. We're going to knock that out of the box, too. But again, guys, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to tell you guys, I love you. I want you guys to be safe. Have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Stock up on that mistletoe. Stock up on that mistletoe.
Gotta have the mistletoe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, but everybody, be safe out there. Enjoy your holiday. Love you guys. Thanks for the year. Thanks for our love and support and everything. But real quick before we shut it down, anybody got any questions? Let me read what I got. My man Dent, what my brother Dent said. Forget what you say, but remember how they made him feel. That's what I'm talking about, bro. My bro James Dent, man. I appreciate you tuning in, bro. Anybody got any questions or anything, Lab?
No. Of course, Nick Dorsey I think he logged out. So.
Oh, Bucky logged out.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions, anything? Anybody got any business questions, anything before we shut it down? That's it.
That's it.
So look, man, I just want to tell everybody again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the love and support. Be back next week with Mr. Short Dollar. Make sure if you're looking at us from on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, go to Mr. Short Dollar YouTube. Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden YouTube. Also, Mr. Short Dollar YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Awesome 2022 pay is upon us. If you know anybody's interested in starting on tax business, let them know about the course. Tell them the description and all the videos with that, the links to it to get the course and everything. We're going to do a couple of videos within the next couple of days to kind of just help promote that out and everything. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for all the love and support. Take care of yourself. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas.